Which is better for your at-home coffee shop? An Espresso single-serve espresso machine or a Lavica single-serve espresso and coffee machine? Well, we're going to help you answer that question today here on Aromacup.com. Hi everyone, I'm Brian with Aromacup.com. Thank you as always for joining me here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. Now, I've got two machines in front of me here today, and I have an Espresso Cities. We're not really comparing the specific model today though, we're just comparing these two types of machines from two different companies. We're going to give you an idea of which one of these might be best for your own at-home coffee shop. So I have the Nespresso Cities, and then I have the Lavica single-serve espresso and coffee machine. Now I've done an overview on this video. You can check out our video on that to get some more information. But the question here is going to be which of these machines would be the best for you, depending on what your needs are in your at-home coffee shop. So I'm going to talk about some of the similarities and differences between these two. Let's start off with the similarities. Now, both of these machines make use of single-serve ease, of course. They use pods. That pod gets dropped into the machine and you brew your coffee, you brew your beverage. There is a difference here though, in that the Nespresso machine is only able to make use of Nespresso capsules until you introduce the fact that Lavica has now changed the game up a little bit by offering capsules that not only offer you the ability to brew espresso, but also to brew tea and coffee. Now I've tested and I can use the Lavica capsules in an espresso machine. Now that might change, so it's going to depend on your machine, but with some of my tests I've been able to make it work. That's a very cool option and certainly a little bit of similarity / difference between these two. Similarity wise beyond that, both of the machines have water tanks on them, so they're going to offer single serve ease. They both offer single one button operation, but there is a little bit of a difference in that operation and on the Lavica side, where we have a espresso and a coffee button, and we also have a manual button that we simply press and the machine simply starts brewing, and then we press that button when we're ready to stop. We don't have that option on the Nespresso machines. You can program the volume of your beverage, but we don't really have an option to just press a button and let it roll and brew. And so on the Cities here and on many of the Nespresso machines, there are 2 buttons, and on the Lavica we have 3. So it's really very straightforward to operate either of these machines when you come right down to it. Now they both have options for collecting the spent pods in their drip trays as well. However, the Lavica is fairly unique because it has an auto eject option. There is an espresso machine that will auto eject your capsule. The Cities does not have that option. The capsule will be ejected when you open up the slot for adding your capsule, and then the pod will be ejected at that point. So the Lavica is definitely very set it and just let it brew, just let it go and do its thing, and you can come back to simply a cup of coffee or a shot of espresso, whatever it is that you might be looking to get. Both of these machines have 15 bar pressure pumps. It's a little different on the Lavica side though, where the specifications say it's a 15 to 20 bar pressure pump. And so, one way or the other, you know that you're going to be getting lots of pressure from either of these machines to brew your espresso or your beverage. Let's go ahead and actually brew some espresso. I'm going to use the Lavica machine first. So I'm just going to take my Lavica capsule, drop it into the slot on the top of the machine. And now I'm going to make use of the espresso button, but if I wanted to, I could potentially use the manual button in order to change the volume of my beverage. In this case, of course, just using the espresso, this is going to be a pretty quick pull, not as much liquid in this case. But if I wanted to be a little more picky, and let's say maybe if I were brewing a tea capsule, because that's one of the cool things about Lavica, is the fact that they do offer tea capsules that can be used, and I've tested with both the Nespresso machines and of course with the Lavica machine. If I were brewing tea, it might be nice to be able to press that manual button right there and just let the machine keep brewing until I got the exact amount of tea that I wanted, press that button again, and I'm all done. If I were brewing a coffee capsule using the Lavica machine, I could just press the coffee button and let the machine do the work for me. There's a shot of espresso from the Lavica machine. We're going to leave that there because now we're going to contrast and compare a little bit with an espresso machine. Now I'm actually going to use the same capsule here, one of these black Lavica capsules. I'm going to use that in the Nespresso machine. So we'll lock down our brew slot, and now we're going to use, again, there's 2 buttons on this machine, Espresso and Lungo. So not as many options as there are on the Lavica. I'm just going to use the Espresso button. Now, we've been using machines from Nespresso for quite some time. They are time tested, they're very well known. They do make a great shot of espresso. Now, which of these is going to be better for you? It's going to kind of come down to what it is that you want in your own at-home coffee shop. I myself, I've become very accustomed to having a single-serve espresso machine that I use just for espresso. Whereas in the case of the Lavica machine, I actually have the option to brew pretty much every beverage that I might have in an average day and do it all on one machine. So if you're looking for an all-in-one option, I think you're definitely going to get that with the Lavica machine. And that, again, that's our shot of espresso right there from the Nespresso machine. Now this is a fresh shot, but comparing the two, pretty much about the same. The crema's gone down a little bit on the Lavica machine, and there is a little more liquid, as you can see, on the settees. The settees, again, because it is programmable, we've programmed this to run a little more liquid on even the standard espresso size shot. But again, this is the same beverage from both of these machines. Now, here's the kind of cool thing though. The fact is that even though the Lavica machine can do all of those different beverage types, technically you can do those same beverage types on the Nespresso machine if you use the Lavica pods. Because you have the option for tea pods as well as coffee and espresso with Lavica, and they're compatible with the Nespresso machine, you kind of get the same option between the two. So it's going to come down to what it is that you like in your machine. Do you like a little more control over your brew? If you do, I think the Lavica machine is going to answer that need. If you're just totally set in your ways of just press a button, walk away, and come back to a beverage, of course, Nespresso, the old standby, is going to work great for you. Now, of course, what are these machines going to cost to add to your own at-home coffee shop? We know that's always a big bottom line to anyone who's watching our videos. Well, the price between these two machines is relatively comparable, but you have to keep in mind that Nespresso machines, there is a broad range of Nespresso machines available, and that means that the pricing is going to be very broad. With Lavica, it's pretty much the same. You're looking at about $179, and you're going to be able to get into the machine that's going to give you the ability to brew the coffee, tea, and espresso pods. And the Lavica machine you can get in different colors. And of course, with Nespresso, there are different colors available, different types, different sizes, different designs. So you really get a lot of flexibility between each of these. So that kind of leads me into my bottom line, which is what would be best here? Well, I can't necessarily say that one is best, but if you want the ability to make coffee, tea, and espresso, and you like using Nespresso pods, the pods made by Nespresso for an espresso single-serve machine, but you're looking to get into something at a very cost-effective price, I think Lavica is going to be the way to go, because not only can you make the Nespresso capsules and pods in the Lavica machine, you can also use the Lavica pods, and you get that broad range of beverages that you can make. But as I say, there's a lot of crossover between the two. So again, just consider these different options when you go to add one of these machines to your own at-home coffee shop. And of course, if you want to find out how you can do that, check out the link in the description of our video. And there you have it, folks. That right there is a side-by-side comparison of the Lavica single-serve espresso and coffee machine and a Nespresso single-serve espresso machine. Hope that you guys found this useful, but as always, if I missed anything, if you have questions, comments, or anything else, get in touch with us at Aromacup.com in the comments section of this video. Find us on social media as always. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. Until next time, this is Brian signing off and saying enjoy your cup and take care. Are you looking for a single-serve espresso machine that's also going to allow you to make coffee and tea? Well, we're going to show you one today here on Aromacup.com.